that working? Is my thing working? Yes, good. Greetings. I doubt anyone's going to come over here because I've just seen that Ricardo's actually streaming right now. But I was actually going to react to yesterday's stream whilst I played on the Twigs. But while I get started, I thought I might do a little bit of backstory and put on a little Sam Vaknin beforehand, because what I realised is this guy is just drama farming. The desperation in his voice, it's just a treat to behold. This is a full-on narc collapse. He's seen that he thinks he's got a bit of hope, bless him, and he's seen a bit of a light in the tunnel, and you can just hear it in his voice. You can just hear how he's grasped on. I mean, I only literally just saw it for a second, so I went to find this stream that I was going to react to. I might react to his stream, I might not, his current stream, because I might save that one and react to it another day. Because he's just giving me more and more stuff, and it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle, and what he doesn't realise is I couldn't give two shits about him, and I couldn't give two shits about any of it. So I am literally, my strength here is in the factual analysis of this. Well, I say factual, my calm, opinionated analysis of this, you know, and comparing it to the random YouTube videos that I've seen. And that's what I'm going to do with it, because all he's going to do is just spin, weave, make shit up, and use anything I give him as some sort of sustenance and the base for the stuff that he's got, because he's just got the same layers of shit that he just puts new skins on over and over again, and eventually people will get tired of that, eventually, but it will take a while. It took me a while. It was only because he went in on me, because he is actually a charmer when he wants to be, but not when he's like being such a ropey old estrogen-ridden cantankerous old flapper that he is at the moment, where he's just so desperate. But I mean, maybe people like that sort of thing. But yes, that's what's going on there. I'm sure he'll be kicking off and doing all sorts of shit. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at that and laugh at it. So that's all, he can give me his shit. He's the one who makes up the shit. So that's his strength. So let him do that. And I know that everyone's going to want to go over there because it's more fun. So let him do that. And I'm just going to analyze it because it's just fucking interesting. And I mean, I could say where we got to at the moment with it, which I might do. I've got some notes from earlier, and I've got obviously the Sam Vaknin. So that's the backstory, but I haven't actually seen the video, but it's about how narcissists act when they've got pressure put on them, which I thought would be interesting for all of us. So there's that, and I just thought it'd be a bit of good backstory. So I'm going to put on that first, I think, if I can. So we've got a little bit of time today. Okay, so this is one I haven't seen yet, but I thought might be relevant. So a little bit of this. This one's half an hour long, so I might just do 15 minutes and then go on to yesterday's stream and some of my notes from yesterday.
One could argue convincingly that pathological narcissism is sometimes the outcome of peer rejection within peer groups. This is very common with autistic children on the autism spectrum disorder, who are usually shunned, excommunicated, mocked, ridiculed, or avoided by their peers. And this creates in them narcissistic defenses. And if they are also rejected by other reference groups, such as, for example, parental figures, teachers, role models, these children might end up being narcissists as well as autistic. So peer groups play a major role in the formation of pathological narcissism, especially in childhood.
Oh shit, I never saved it.
In adolescence. This is the topic of today's video. My name is Cyan the Green, and I'm the author of Malignant Self-Love, Narcissism Revisited, a former visiting professor of psychology, and currently a professor of clinical psychology and business management in CIAPS, Cambridge, United Kingdom. So, peer groups and peer pressure. We've all heard these phrases. But first of all, let me clarify something. Belonging to peer groups, succumbing to peer pressure, conforming to peer norms and expectations.
Oh yes, I remember this.
Only to children.
Oh, this was Cyan, wasn't it? Cyan, yeah, Cyan.
According to Erik Erikson
Green-haired nymph.
and many others, peer interactions continue throughout life. They help to shape our identity and our conduct. Now, peers are not always a primary group. Primary group is a supportive group, a group that affords succor and help and advice.
I think you'd be a fool to expect everybody you know to be that. You know, that's a bit of an entitled viewpoint, isn't it?
A social group.
To think
and
that
usually
people
peers share interests,
have that demand of
values,
people.
something known as homophily. Not what you think. But sometimes, or even I would say often, peers are not only your friends, they're also your enemies. To generalize, I would say that peers are frenemies. They're frenemies especially in adolescence, during this period where the child or the adolescent, the teenager, experiments with a variety of identities, gender roles, and sexual orientations. During this experimentation phase, the moratorium phase, according to Erikson, peers tend to be antagonistic and dissocial as well as supportive and pro-social. Be that as it may, even when your peers are perceived to be potential enemies, adversaries, foes, bullies, the reason for distress and ego dystony, even with such peers, they are always the point of reference. We always define ourselves in relation to and contradistinction to our peers. And this induces in us twin conditions which are mutually exclusive. In other words, it creates in us a dissonance between ego syntony and ego dystony, which can culminate even in suicidal ideation. Let me explain. This was a mouthful. When you belong to a peer group, when you're surrounded by your peers, and your peers don't have to be physically present. Peers could be virtual, online, on the internet. Peers could be your colleagues around the world. Peers are a reference group. When you define yourself and comport yourself in relation to your reference group, this could create in you a sense of belonging, acceptance, and affiliation. In other words, can make you feel good, ego syntony, but it can make you feel bad if you feel that you have fallen short, failed someone, frustrated your peers, do not conform, do not belong, you're not accepted. In short, you're not receiving love from the group. In this case, there is ego dystony. And usually, both situations are simultaneous. At the same time, you are on good terms with some of your peers and on bad terms with others. And this creates simultaneous ego syntony, a feeling of warm, fuzzy glow, and ego dystony, a feeling of extreme discomfort and self-criticism and self-rejection. As I said, it could
luckily I don't have to worry about the self-rejection side of things because of the person who's actually doing it, and I'm actually very experienced in this sort of smear campaign, and everything he's doing is really old. All his shit is old and stuff that Dean came up with, it's not a strong attack. He's just using everyone else against me.
Clever Clog sold her home for
what you don't realise is like I've already established like quite a strong, and even if it doesn't succeed through this, if those guys end up not being my friends or something over this because of him, then it doesn't really matter because I've already been through a massive journey with these people. And it's like, it is just what it is. And so it's just fun to see how he's manipulating. I want to make that clear because it's like, I don't want it to sound, obviously sometimes it might be a bit butthurty or whatever, but like really not like living here for like fucking a year or however long it's been doing this with those other guys really tempers you and gets you to understand people like on a different level. Whoa, shit, I've not, yeah, you really understand people on a different level after that. Not just these people, but specifically, people who as well. And it's just like, so all these schemes that he's got, I'll be interested to see where he goes with it, because you've seen how he's gone straight in at manipulating the people and just like literally just going into the lies. He started by manipulating people. And that's just interesting to watch in itself. And like I say, I've already had a journey with these people, so I've just got ringside seats on that. And, maybe we will be friends at the end of it, maybe not. But it's not like I appreciate all those guys and love them to bits and stuff like that. But it's like, it's not the be all and end all. It's not something that I'm going to sell my soul for. It's not like fucking going off like him about it. Do you know what I mean? The wailing and the gnashing and the fucking snapping and the lying. And lying to make up shit to have like a laugh and stuff. That's how he got away with it for so long. But like, honestly, it's not so much the lying in general, actually. It's the lying to make this new thing with these people who you're going forward with, who was your supposed friends, but you're doing it all on a lie. So it's like, where's that going to end up? That's what's going to be interesting. How's something like that going to end up? And at the end of the day, I just kind of quite happy making my fucking stupid little videos like I always have been. So, and also, the reason I'm not like going crazy on Ricardo, because I kind of wanted to, because there was a time when I would have done as well. But it's just like, I don't know, I kind of like feel like I've learned a lot in recent times. And I also think that this guy is absolutely desperate for attention. And he's got it now, you know what I mean? He's got what he wanted. He's been trying, oh my God, like, how he was pop-up pirating the whole thing. Like, how many times has he been like, okay, CPE, I'll not do it anymore. It's all fine. And I've caught me bang to rights. And then it's like, you can count it like 3, 2, 1. And then he goes, and then he's come up with something, some little fucking scheme. But it is showing other people for who they are as well. Like, I must say, like, it really is showing this whole place in stark colours to me, which is just very interesting. Like, it's that whole thing, like, Vol asked me about what did I think different about Shinra now than when we were first commenting. Oh, that brings me to another thing, actually. Yes, another thing. Which I'll do later, but yeah, like, and I thought that was interesting, like maybe go through people who, all the old people from the olden days, and what I thought about them before and what I thought about them now. And then it's like, and then on top of that, and that was like a week ago, or no, maybe not with Volt, but like I remember thinking that like in more recent times, but not as recent as now. And then like obviously like today or in the last couple of weeks, that's changed again into like, what did I think of people like a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, and what do I think of them now? Like, or even what do I think of them then like sort of at the end of season 1, and then now. It's absolutely crazy. It's just, I still think the same about the people who I knew from the end of season 1, it's just that the environment has shown itself for what it is, more so. And I'm strong enough to just like journey through this. That's what I was always doing. I started on my own and I'll go on my own. It's like, I don't care if some little fucking parasitic lizard man wants to sort of stick his tongue up my arse to keep pop-up pirating until he gets some fucking scraps out of me. Because let's be right, he was in a desperate state. He was in a desperate state and he was casting about and rasping about looking for shit to how he was going to pull himself out of it. And he let himself down on that stream yesterday, in my opinion. Argument-wise, he just lost it. And then these are cool, like, fur boots she's got on. This is actually quite detailed for one of these. Oh, yeah, and so, like, he was then, you saw his demeanour change. And then you saw him go over to Albert to beg for scraps. That was unbelievable. You know what I mean? You don't see any of us lot fucking going over there. You don't see anyone going over there looking for scraps. They come over to us. Like, that showed where he was at yesterday. But he's obviously dynamic and he's changed it up. And he knows what people are like. And that's why he's making shit up over there, you see. He'll be making all sorts of shit up under the guise of, oh, no drama, please. So I'll take him at his word. It's not, I'm not being overly dramatic. I'm just analysing what's actually happened. I'm not going to defend against any of his lies. There's absolutely no point in any of that. Because I don't give two shits about him. That was the thing that upset him the most, I think, is that he was trying, wherever it was. Where was I yesterday? Was it at Red Bulls or somewhere? Where was I? Was it in mine? I can't even fucking remember. It was some day. And he was just trying, and every time he was just trying to get in the conversation, you know, like me too, oh CPE, and it was that day I was having a go at fucking Nelda, and I just had no time for him at all. I'm like, I ain't got time for you, you fucking idiot. Like, we've decided to just part fucking company, and I'll deal with you when I want to. And he just would not. He did not like that. What Ricardo hates is being left out of the drama. You know, because he's asked Slotham specifically to be allowed to be in the fucking rotation and then cried about it. He started on Dean and Albert and everyone and then cried about it. When Dean supposedly sent these dick pics and everything like that, he fucking went and made a massive deal about that. You know, and if it was anything like he said he was, where it was like a kid's dick pic and stuff like that, that's just like, it just shows who he is. He really, you know, that's what he's about, and that's what I intend to just keep on pointing out, because it's just funny to point out these types of people. Because fucking hell, he's a prime example. He really is. But yeah, I should put it on in a minute. Where's my sound back thing going anyway? Oh fuck.
Free with purple bricks. He did too.
Let me read to you something about William II. William II was the Kaiser of Germany at the beginning of the 20th century. And his most fervent wish was to be respected and accepted by his peers, the other heads of state of Europe. He went about it in a very narcissistic and peculiar way. And Winston Churchill, this sharp observer of human affairs and the laureate of the Nobel Prize for Literature, had this to say about William II. Just strut around and pose and rattle the undrawn sword. All he wished, said Churchill about William II, was to feel like Napoleon and be like him, without having had to fight his battles. Surely less than this would not pass muster. If you are the summit of a volcano, the least you can do is smoke. So he smoked, a pillar of cloud by day, a gleam of fire by night. To all who gazed from afar, and slowly and surely these perturbed observers gathered and joined themselves together for mutual protection. But underneath all this posing and its trappings was a very ordinary, vain, but on the whole, well-meaning man, hoping to pass himself off as a second Frederick the Great. This quote is lifted off Henry Kissinger's
Well, that's very, very interesting, isn't it?
masterpiece, Diplomacy. So this was clearly peer rejection in his case.
I mean, as well, like, he turns up late, he turns up and like latches on when the PSG kick him out, and he's just been on the make ever since. It's just that these guys are just bored. That's it. It's hilarious. I'll put his shit on in a minute. In fact, maybe that's enough. Now I'm going to leave it at that telling quote at that point, and we'll put on his fucking stream from yesterday, except this is the phone that's got the notes on it, so. Right. See if I can get. Oh, it seems like he's took everyone probably to the private chat, I'd imagine. Right. So I'm assuming this is the one. So I've got this one up from yesterday. Alt account said, are you going to stream later? So I was like, yeah, I'll put this one on and do my interestings on this one. And this is the one from yesterday where I went in, and I did go in on the offensive, I must say. But the way he went off was incredibly telling, and this would have been an amazing pairing with the one from the other day that I only saw the tiniest bit of, where Evil went over and said they weren't going to talk about me anymore. And that was when Ricardo was like really shocked that his plan didn't work, really crying, and he was just like, I'm really happy that everyone's made up and everyone's friends again. And it was just, he really wasn't happy. And oh my God, I was laughing. But I had to go because it was like Sunday morning or Monday morning, and it was the morning I had to look after my kid and do everything. So I had to turn it off. But oh my God, he deleted it straight away. There was no way I could download that, but it was absolutely the most beautiful. I will never forget that couple of minutes that I heard. I heard his voice. It really was. I've sounded a bit like him now with my excited giggling. But yeah, that was fucking amusing. But that's the sort of vibe, that's the sort of feeling that he's getting all the time. He's on that high level, high octane fucking. I just got like a buzz from that, you know what I mean, for remembering that. I was just like, you know, it was exciting. It was and funny to know that I'd fucking got him, because he's such a piece of shit. So yeah, that was it. Just to know that his little schemes, that one day, even if it was only for an hour, they didn't work, and it sent him into this. This is why he's doing this. Then obviously what happened with Dean and everything recently, that's took this limelight off him, which is what Dean wanted to do, because he hated the fact that Ricardo was getting all the attention. So so now he's had to do this, and he you know, yeah, I went in yesterday and he just exploded because obviously he's out of options, and he's also blaming me for everything, as always. But I mean, when I say he's out of options, he really is, because he went over to Albert's. You know what I mean? He went over to Albert, and Albert was like, I only saw a tiny bit of it because he actually put it up in our Discord. He put because I wouldn't have seen it otherwise. So I just clicked on it for a bit, but I had to go because again, it's not child friendly, that shit. Hey up, Ron. Hey up, Benny Bojangles. No, do you know, I'm waiting for that. I saw a tiny bit of Dean's reaction. Hey up, Image Comics man. yeah, I saw a bit of Dean's reaction, and so I want to see it all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the crunch and hope that Lewis comes and reports back on it. You see, because I'm like, well, I don't watch that stuff anyway. It's a good thing to let Lewis can report on it. He can be the diplomatic immunity, and I'm like, it's fair dues. Like Hyatt went in there to choose. He chose to go in there. No one made him go in there. No one made him go in there by a long shot. So what's their problem is their problem. I will watch it in the future, but I'd rather have the report from Lewis. Yeah, so I don't know what I was going on about, but yeah, I mean, he's obviously been flapping about like a fish, and it's pretty obvious. You just have to look at his movements, and I just intend to do that. I intend to just watch him move under a microscope. So yeah, what have I got on me? Yeah, Ron, what I was going to say is, all right, mate, what I was going to say is as well, because he's obviously gone in as well, hasn't he? So let's air this one, right? So he's gone in, he's used my mates already trying to. Now we know he's a little lizard man, this man, right? I know he's your mate, but we can, more than, we can have both truths in our minds at once. Yes, you've put troll job. I don't know, I thought, oh, Nelda. Really? Well, there you go. There's your proof then, isn't it? There's your fucking proof. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, that's it, because they'll be trying to line it up. Yeah, and apparently Ricardo's been defending Cyan, and Cyan is of the belief that Nelda is... Ricardo is of the belief that Nelda is Cyan, so he has been trying to formulate an alliance against me. So that'll be that. That'll be them two lining up. So this is going to be funny to see. But you can't... At the end of the day, you can chuck as much darkness as you want, but you just need one light. And it fucks up that darkness. It might not kill the darkness is still there, but it fucks that darkness up, and the darkness cannot put it out. So keep going, keep growing, because they will run out. And then when the crunch bites them on the ass, then what have they got? And then I'll just get to watch it. So yeah, I'm here for that. That's what I'm here for. So keep on giving me that fucking show, is what I say. Should have been there. Yeah, but the thing is, I think that time that they did it was a time I couldn't. It was really early in the morning for me or something. I just couldn't do it. I think it was. It wasn't at this time, or maybe it was at this time, but it was on a different day. Couldn't do it. But no, I mean, I am there. I can actually, on Sunday, I can get the full story. We can even put a bit on if Lewis wants to. Play a bit and I'll react to it if he wants to. You know what I mean? But yeah, Ron, so what he was saying was, he was like, oh, all your friends were bitching about you to me, and all they were saying, they didn't want anything to do with you anymore. So obviously, I don't believe a fucking word of it, right? But obviously, it shows what he's like. But it also shows that I probably was getting a bit on top and whatever. But we all have to to let off steam about people sometimes, don't we, right? And I'm sure that's all it was, is just you guys. And I know what he's like. But what my point is that look at that little snide bastard. What a fucking move to make on his mates. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So he's doing a call on you lot. Do you know what I mean? He's got you lot on the private chat, got you nice and lubed up. Oh, it's all nicey. Let's have a couple of drinks and whatever. Gets it pop-up pirating about me, because he's always had a bee in his bonnet about me. And then all of a sudden he's getting all you guys oh, fucking CP is doing my editing, because I don't blame you. I probably was doing your editing. Do you know what I mean? Like I've moaned to you about people. Do you know what I mean, right? And so but that my point is that he's using that. He's using that information. As soon as he's got opportunity, he's using that and throwing you guys at me. So I'm just making you aware of that. And that's just the sort of schemes and strategies that this sort of person, this sort of flappy skin suit wearing person that operates on. And that's he's trying to masquerade as a friend as well. So anyway, let's have since he stopped, which is fair enough. I'll put this on. I just started halfway through.
I could have been both, because I don't know which one is Doshan. But listen, like you said, that's not. It's the same. Obsessed. It's those losers over there. And I'm sorry. obsessed lunatic, creepy, pedo. No, you can have here. And another one, faceless, voiceless alt accounts. That also I don't want to drop name anything because it's a faceless alt account. No, I'm sorry. You also gotta go. I thought I would reserve it
Only when it suits, though. I appreciate that he's not having a faceless vault accounts running things. But it's only when it suits. It really is.
Hey, look, I got the Ocean Snoopy's house in the outback. Knock, knock.
This isn't the bit where I'm here, I don't think. So I have to come off it. Why do I like Hyatt again? Right, so what happened with Hyatt was that he was just really under attack. Like super.
It's not the album. It's not the album.
See what his reaction is to Elbow, because this is like a few hours before he goes on to Elbo's panel. Why do I like Hyatt? Because I'll tell you why. Because he had a different attitude. He was being very honest and very open. He was leaving himself very open. And I wanted to support someone who was being attacked, basically, because I am just basically against the ones that get buried. And he was getting buried. And so that's why, obviously, they're trying to start it with me. But it doesn't matter because I'm immune to it. Because all I'm bothered about is watching people getting buried and trying to help people who are being shat on, too much, in my opinion. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the rest of it. The rest of it is just a laugh, innit? But, like, I'm an old hat at this shit now. So he's like, he really is. But, yeah, my point was with you, Rod, was that it's one of those, and it's nothing against you guys at all, but it's just like, you're going to regret slagging me off to Ricardo. You know what I mean? Like, no offense at all taken, but you're going to regret that one. He's going to use it. He's going to twist it. Oh, man. It's one of those. But my point is like, don't feel bad. Don't feel like you can't talk to me about it if you need to, or you don't have to. Do you know what I mean? It's fine. It's just that, like, he is, just watch for what he does with it and watch for how he uses it. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, what a little bitch. Absolutely. There's just nothing sacred with this fucking snide bastard. I swear to God. So, like, personal is on my notes that I've got. Personal attacks and vitriol like Albert. It really was. He just went in massive. He was the stuff he was saying. It was ridiculous. Like, you dog-faced woman. And all that shit. Like, straight in. That was like his big fucking attack. And you're like, all right, well, come up with your own shit. You even stole that one off fucking Dean. Jesus, man. Like, it really is just following their path. So you've got the same playbook with Dean. So, so he's moaning about Albert talking about the daughters when he didn't talk about the daughters. Now he's using the same playbook with me because I never fucking said anything about his daughter. All I ever said to him was, why are you... Because, again, in response to his shit. And his shit was, oh, you're running off CPU, you're running away because your kid's woken up. And I was like, oh, yeah, well, there's my priorities were that you're wanting me to run away from my child to talk bullshit with you. That's all I said, right? And he's making this big thing about, again, making it up about the daughters. How interesting. Because don't we know that was also a play that was also used once already on Evil? And now he's saying it's been used on him. So it's not like he stretches far to get his ideas.
And I'm saying this because there is people who are on this crusade 24/7. That's insane. Guys, look, this past week, man, I went
for yourself, mate.
My analytics. I was watching my analytics the other day, was when I decided to show to everybody there. Oh, look at that on analytics, man. And I see that YouTube advertising my channel for like almost 300,000 times. I said, where the fuck is this coming? Then I went to check a little bit, scroll over Zlatan's video. Oh my God, it's only Ricardo. I have
you can tell when he's got his lying voice
who's
on.
Paying Zlatan to read her comments, talking her stories and nonsense about me. Do you guys believe this? Guys, I have someone now obsessed with me.
Look at him.
To the point that she is
right.
paying.
So he started.
He's paying. They beg her.
He started on me. Am I not showing the game? Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry. Thank you for letting me know. Fuck's sake. Why is it not showing? I thought it was. Yeah, but you can just hear him. He's already started before I even came in. So he's already started on me. I wasn't even having that much of a go at him. I was just telling him I didn't give a shit about him. That was all I did. For this reason. For this fucking reason. Because I knew he was trying to milk me and Evil for any drama he could get. Because he is just so desperate. And he's really desperate at this point. Like I say, he went over to fucking Albert's for scraps. Like, that shows everything there. It really does. Okay. Should work now. Resume. Oh shit. Yes. So he'd already started on me saying I'm a crazy obsessed woman because, yes, I paid Slotham because it's funny because we live in a troll fucking place, and he's like, oh, it's jokes, and he's crying, absolutely crying. Listen to his fucking voice. Listen to this voice of his.
Who she goes every week to her channel to talk smack on me for her.
Oh, poor Ricardo,
It's not enough she's calling everybody, going everywhere, running her yipe.
Look at this. Look at this. I'm actually addressing issues and incidents with evidence, but with anecdotal discussion. And he's just like, oh, she's slagging off everybody. She's just going slagging off everybody going. Like, go on then. Who? And he's the one who literally turned around later on in this same discussion saying, all your friends have been bitching about you. Get your story right. He can't stand behind anything because he has no fucking story. He has no fucking integrity. He is just, at this point, flapping around like a fucking fish. And now he's probably in the private chat crying right now.
7 is not enough. She has to fucking pay. I swear to God, I'm not lying. I saw this last week and I was shocked. I was like, no.
Well, wait until I see you next week.
How pathetic is this? This is the person who is fucking running her yipe 24/7.
Oh, says him.
This is the fucking
right. So this guy has
fucking
right. So this fucking racist here, right? He's the one who fucked up everything and got in the way of a friendship group and fucking just been stirring shit constantly because he hates Slotham and he loves Darius and he hates the fact that he's conflicted because he wants to get in with Evil and everyone. So he wants me out because it's that conflict, because it's that connection with Slotham. So he's going off at me about paying Slotham at the moment, right? What's he saying to Ron? What's he saying to Ron about this? What's he saying to Evil about this? All these people are members on Slotham's channel, right? So let's bear that one in mind. Let's bear in mind the absolute hypocrisy of, like, in a few moments, him going on about them lot all sitting around slagging me off. So he's just projecting. This is already proven that all this stuff he's doing here is just pure projection, right? Now he's saying 24/7, having a go at him 24/7. How many streams has he done today? He doesn't see how the evidence of his own words he has actually fucking shat on in a day. In literally half a day, he's done that. So now he's saying I'm 24/7, right? So because he fucked up the friendships group, and I've been doing other shit as well, found other things to do, other people to talk to. Now he's saying that I'm doing this 24/7. Well, I beg to differ. The evidence is purely there. You can just look at my channel and see what I've been up to. You can look at your channel, you stream deleting, crying fuck. You can go and look at your channel and see where the obsession really lies. 24/7. No, I've been in one chat to defend myself against a fucking psychopath. And I'm not going to put up with your shit. And that's all it is. You are 24/7 obsessed with me. You've been sat scheming since you had to say that you were going to stop talking about me, and then you started. You see, you didn't even wait to goad me in so you could turn me into the bad guy, because you feel like you're so untouchable that you can just start it and then just sort of reverse engineer it and just be like, hey guys, she just started on me, you know, this crazy evil British woman just started on me, she's been slagging everybody off, running her yap 24/7. No, mate, I think we should just transpose all of that and put that on you, apart from the disgusting British woman part, and just put the disgusting skin suit wearing, succubus, up your arse, disgusting, cloying energy, demanding, just constant, like Captain Chaos. You get a bit of benefit from it, but you are just like this fucking jealous girlfriend, always wondering what I was crying about, people going out with other people and shit like that. You never see me doing that shit. You never see me going over to Albert for scraps of drama.
Who is 24/7?
And then when that fell, and when that failed, because you thought Albert would be a sure deal, when Albert was like, what the fuck are you doing here, Ricardo? Like, when that failed, you were like, oh shit, I need to ramp up the fucking CPE thing quick, sharp. So let's get 3 live streams on the go about this, right? And let's join up with let me make sure I put my fucking feelers out for Cyan. Let me make sure I join up with Nelda. Let me make sure all that shit, well, you can do, because I just need 1 bowling ball for 2 fucking dickheads then, don't I? So go for it. Makes no odds to me. What? What did you say if I showed you proof that Nelda is Afro Gamer, dude? I'd be very surprised. Yeah, we are both crazy. It's just that I'm not a dickhead. That's it. I never said I wasn't. Never said I wasn't crazy. He's the one who wants to make himself perfect, and he's just I'm not a liar. That's all I said. All I said was I'm not a fucking liar, and that I'm just laughing at this crazy person. Now he's crying and lying. And also what that is that's after the year or however long it's been that we've had. That's quite funny to me that, you know, he's in the fucking midst of everything with everyone now. And he's like one of the worst. He really is. Like, his behaviours have been like more entertaining in some ways. Well, yeah, definitely. But they're not. It is and it isn't, because it's like it only has so much of a shelf life. It's like the replay value of Ricardo's shit only has so long, and once you're sick of it, you're sick of it. Like, it really is. It's like once you've done that, it goes sour quick. And it's just that these guys, it hasn't gone sour on them yet. But man, when it does, it does. And I'm not just talking him like turning on you, because he might not. Especially if he politically needs to not do it, because he's just such a little snide. But anyone can see that. Most people can surely see that. It's just that people don't mind. But yeah, what I mean turns, I mean, it just goes off. It's like stale, and you're just like, oh man, you're still talking about Lewis's hair. But not even like in a funny way, like the way that Slotham does it, it's like, it's an art form in my opinion. But like the way Ricardo does it, it's just like this. I mean, he's trying to copy Slotham as well, after he hates him so much because he's jealous of him. He's massively jealous of Slotham. Like, this whole thing is like to do with his envy for Slotham. Definitely, I think with Ricardo, his thing for Slotham is like Dean's was for evil. And it's so, but then he loves, oh shit, then he loves evil so much, even though evil's friends with Slotham. But he uses the fact that I support Slotham as like one of his key features against his argument, his war against me. So that makes no sense as well. So we've got like all these hypocrisies, like, you know, you don't see me having these hypocrisies. That's the thing. And if I do, like, please let me know, like, but like, you just don't see that in me. I know that it's not valued in this community at all, which is the problem, isn't it? But fuck. You know, that's just the way it is. But I don't care, you see. I'm just going to put this up for the archives, and because this is the interesting thing, what's going on. You know, there's something going on here. May as well archive it. I may as well put my fucking opinion on it. I've got a viewpoint. I'm being attacked. And instead of being a victim about it, I can just look at it. And maybe other people who've been attacked can get some information from it, or just have a laugh at the person and be like, oh, that's what mine's like. Because the thing is as well, like, these people really are like textbook in a lot of ways. So it's interesting to compare them. I know Sam Vaknin said you shouldn't compare them. If you're trying to help them, you shouldn't compare them, he said. But I think I'm beyond helping him now. I'm more about helping myself and just creating some entertainment for the fractal, you know, I think. So I'll put it back on. I'll have a drink.
I'm talking about true friends because the only ones that
true friends
contact with, you know what I mean? She's stalking those two guys 24/7.
True friends.
Ricardo,
Interesting. True friends, Ron. True friends. We literally disclosed your private chats to me to use them against me at the first hurdle as well, mate. He didn't even wait. You know, I mean, you know what he's like once he starts going. Absolute liability. So yeah, luckily for you guys though, it's all word salad. So it's just like, he's never going to actually come out with anything. Even if he did, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care, mate. You know, I wouldn't. It makes no odds to me. Especially what that fucker says. So I don't know what's the wrong thing. I pressed the wrong thing to go. But yeah, like true friends, but it ain't real life, dog. I'm not allowed to have friends. You know, it's absolute. Just the hypocrisy is so funny.
Guys, I swear to God, I tried to count.
True friends, and he's been fucking how long? How long's he been knocking around for? Oh yeah, and this I can't wait for this one. This whole fucking where's CPE bullshit. It started with the, oh no, you're not allowed to, you're not playing a retro enough game, so you've not got an opinion. Because he was trying to it's so small, it's small time, trying to curry favour with people. He's pop-up pirate. He's trying to put his feelers out. Are they going to take the not retro enough thing? What's going to trigger the shut up Meg in these people? What's going to trigger it? Now it's how long have I been here? I've never been here before. I've just turned up. And he knows Albert from forever ago and everyone else from forever ago. So how the fuck has that got anything to do with anything? So on that note, I shall show you something. Oh look, I don't care about the chatting, mate. That's not why I'm here, because I'm not a drama farmer whose sole purpose in life is to just create hate for people. And so what I'm doing is I'm just laughing at you guys and analysing you. A week-long meltdown? No, mate. No. I've done 2 streams. If you've done the wrong channel for the week-long, all right, best in the West, you're on the wrong channel, mate. You want to go to Ricardo's for the week-long meltdown. He's done three fucking streams on me today. I'm playing Fiber Twig and analysing what's happened recently. So he doesn't back up, that's all. No, that's Nelda. Oh, shit. And to be honest, Judy, I don't care about the chatting. That's not why I'm here. If I wanted to just talk shit with people, I'd just be over at Ricardo's, wouldn't I? You know? That's like... It gets boring. Yeah? In my opinion. And that's just me. But you see, not many people like my art. Not many people vibe off it. You know what I mean? Not many people vibe off that shit. And that's absolutely fine. They don't have to. Nobody has to. I don't judge it. I just really want people to understand that. I really don't. The reason why I was in the anti-e-begging place is because I truly don't like. It's not my bag at all. Like, and I don't. That goes for fucking any sort of supply. That's my main issue, is to be like self-reliant in a way that I can, or at least understand my needs. In which case, like, I'm going to utilize them in a way that suits me, which is to do my art and to do analysis, which is going to help me in my life. And so, you know, that's it. If I want to do a big chat thing, I'd do it at a different time of day as well than this. And as you can see, I'm not very good at keeping up with the fucking chat either. Do I need a deputy? Oh, thank you, Best in the West. Oh, meow meow. What sort of shampoo do I use? I've got at the moment. It's like I use like the natural stuff. So I use it. I go to like, like the herbal shop or whatever. I've got a lavender one at the moment, and I've got just a normal Faith by Nature, like a hair mask thing for afterwards. What do you use, meow meow? Why did I block that person? Oh, because it's a little psychopath. It's a little psychopath. Jolt Studios. That is Nelda, who is also probably Snake Community Exposed, and they are just obsessed with me. Absolutely obsessed, little flying monkey. They have basically targeted me for over a year in the sides, and then as soon as there was some shakiness what went on, and we had like a load of vultures just jump on us straight away. There's been Dean and Albert trying to destabilise the Herbies all this time, and we always stood strong. But one bit of shakiness, and we had Ricardo come in. And then Ricardo kind of made it a little bit of a dodgy situation, which meant that we had more vultures coming. And Nelda came out of the woodwork and showed themselves. And that's what they do. That's what they do. And so that's what I'm like. They're all like thinking I'm having a meltdown and all this. I'm like, no, mate, all my pigeons are coming home to roost. I'm like, chalk it up. There's that one. Called it. There's another one. That one's surprising. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what this is about. What do you want me to... What do you think I'm melting down about? The fact that we're not just sat in fucking homeostasis with buttocks having the same fucking stream over and over again, with Dean laughing and sucking it out of everybody. Do you think that, or do you think I want this instead? Who's the one having a meltdown, Nelda? Who's the one who's just been exposed? I would say the Herbies were shaky, and most of the members said the Herbies aren't real. Just passing half, we did. Yeah, well, no, just leave them to it. Just point them out when you see them. That's it, isn't it? That's all I'm going to do. I'm no one's manager. Just point it out. But I will, like, when people are giving shit to me, I'll be like, what, are you getting that shit from your fucking head mod? Because it shows people's lack of discretion, and it shows their, like, what are they doing this for? What's the purpose of why things are happening? And it's funny. So how people show their arses are people like Nelda, like being at, it's like, fucking hell, talk about canaries. I don't know if my fucking ramblings make sense. They probably don't, because I've already sort of half thought these thoughts in my head, and I'm not very good at explaining them. That's why I put a little bit of Sam Vaknin on first. Well, maybe someone somewhere might get it one day. I just be like, oh yeah, narc shit, yeah, too right. Human knobheads. Because I find it amusing when I watch anecdotal things about narcissism with people. I do find that interesting. There was a woman who I was watching. She was doing her story about a narc. And it's just funny to watch people's stories about it, because they are just so similar as well. Like, and you're like, oh my God, yeah, I know that person. But this woman, because I actually subscribed to her, because she was doing, she was doing it in parts. But fucking hell, I'm getting all these fucking videos coming up now. She does like fucking, what is the deal with people who do that newborn shit? Is it newborn? I don't even know what it's called. Reborns. Have you seen them? Oh my God. What the fuck is that all about? Like, so she's like saying it's a work of art and all this stuff, but it's like she's already got a kid, right? So I always thought that those things were for people who didn't have kids and who were like a bit fucked up about not having a kid. And so like that's why they've got these dolls that look exactly like a baby, and they just push them around in a real pram, and pretend. Or something. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they just, I don't know. But I've seen one before in situ when someone was going around with one, and it was the freakiest fucking thing I ever saw. And I don't get why someone who's a mother needs one of them. Who's got a kid? It's like so weird. But she was the one who had the narcissistic story. So I didn't know that that's what her channel was about. It's crazy. So honestly, the only people who I thought there was always something wrong with people who did that shit. Oops. Oh my god. When you're challenging a nymph to 5 a twig. Oh no. Right. So where was I? What was I talking about? Horse thieves and rustlers. Yeah, pretty much. He's just desperate. Yeah. Judy's like a bit of a psycho, I think. So that's Judy. Judy's just like laces out and just a bit fucking crazy. And probably, I mean, look at all those different fucking accounts Nelda's got. I don't know. Something going on there in the head, I think. When I was I was guiding them. I was guiding them the other day. I was giving them a bit of advice of how to try and troll a bit better. But there was a loopy element to them in the way they were discussing things with me, which I didn't expect. And it was interesting. And Red Bull suggested it might have been schizophrenic, but who knows? I don't know fuck all about that shit. But yeah, there was just, all I know is my gut feeling, and there was just something, when you're just having a discussion with someone that's a bit more lengthy, and then after a bit you're like, oh, there's something about this person's brain or something that's not quite. They might have just been drunk. They might have just been really, really fucking drunk. Could have been that. Could have quite easily been that. But yeah, something like that. Some loopy shit was going on there with that person, which doesn't. It comes out a bit sometimes, but when we are actually keeping hold of a thread going through, there was some seriously loopy shit. And I have come across it before with Relic, Smellick. So there's that as well. So anyway, let's listen to some more of this bullshit merchant right here.
Was spoken on his Latam's channel last Sunday. Was over 100 times. That's fucking insane, bro.
Bearing in mind,
significant Ricardo Small Poderes. Get the fuck out of here.
Bearing in mind,
I have a cult now dedicated to Ricardo Cody for what? Because this crazy lunatic is paying that fucking guy.
Counting 100 times that people talked about him.
Yep. Fucking
right. This is what he's wanting. This is what he wants. This is how he makes himself a rich man. It's absolutely pathetic. And it's just showing you, because here he is doing, after saying to Evil that he wasn't going to talk about me, doing a stream about it. I was talking a bit of shit at Evils, but not much, I think, only because there was other stuff that needed resolving. But what he does and how he goes in, and his personal fucking shit, Right. Oh shit. That's what I'm thinking. Have I just been building up all that time? I don't even know anymore. Fucking hell. Oh, that was it. I'm getting confused. What? I'm like, I've already done this. It's like, yeah, you have, like, loads of times, but then you died. Right.
What is coming? The rebuttal. I have to. What can I do? I have to. You see?
What can I do? What can I do?
You see your Ricardo Curi alt account. You see, you get too mad about the stupid Discord or something that never. You see, man. I'm talking about some real things here, man. Mm-hmm.
Real things, real true friends.
Yeah. But I'm sorry. Let me read the other people's messages.
Real true friends. That's a move right there.
Evil creams his pantaloons.
My word.
Now, Doshan, Evil miss you too, man. Hey, Doshan, Evil missed you too, man. He's been asking about you, man. We are all happy that you've seen you around.
True friends.
I'm not mad at Evil or anything. No, I like Evil and Ron. But I know that, man. Ron, I told it that to them. They know that. CPE knows that. That's why she won't let it go from the phone, and she's gonna pay
What?
until the last.
What do I know?
Until the last penny she has on her wallet. No penny. The last pence that she has on her fucking wallet.
Making shit up.
To pay some.
Yes. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is, alt account? All right, by the way. I'll talk about that in a minute, Jot Studios. Yes, I referred to that earlier. It is very interesting, and do you know what I think? Someone said earlier in the chat. Who was it who said that Nelda is live? Image Comics man. Nelda was live apparently talking about me. Right, whether that's true or not, I have no idea. I find it hard to believe, but you know, it does say something. They are going to join up forces, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? They're going to join up forces. Ricardo's already been angling for it, and he is very much of the belief that Cyan is Nelda. Very, very much. So he's going to use any connection he can to do that. And he went over to, I don't know where he went to defend Cyan. Where did he do that? Which stream? Which stream was that? I don't know which stream he jumped in to defend on, but I'd imagine he'll be trying to use any connection he's got with him. So like his time at DTs, the time they've spent together, the anti-e-begging, all of that stuff, just coming up with whatever he can as a sort of common ground to build from with him, just because he senses him as a potential ally. But actually, we don't know if it is Cyan. It was an Albert. Aha! I was wondering if it was Jolt Studios, because that plays in exactly to what I would have expected, right? Did he do the Cyan thing later on in the situation? Yes, I saw a tiny bit of it, because Albert actually put it up on my Discord so I could watch it. But like, I only got to see a few seconds of it. It's not child friendly, and I had my kid around, so I just got to see a few seconds in the kitchen. But what I was wondering is, because he went on, and you can hear it on his voice as he first goes on, he is prospecting. He is so prospecting. And you can see with Albert's just like, what the fuck are you doing here, Ricardo? What the hell? And he's just like, Ricardo's the king of fucking assuming the position, do you know what I mean? As we all know, don't we, alt account? Do you know what I mean? He likes to assume the position with the fucking good deal Vaseline. But he just walks in and he just like, I've always been here. I've always been here. So, like, that's what he's like now, you know. He's in with Albert going, oh, me and you, Albert, we've always been friends. We've always been fighting. We've always been together. CP had never been around. CP's had nothing, you know, and all that shit. Just, like, so rope and so snidey. And he's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Just means why Judy started attacking me. No, Judy's been attacking me for a long time. Alt account, and I thought it was Cyan for a long time. I don't know if it'll work now. All right, yeah, when I finish this book, yeah, you're going to be disappointed with my answer though, Jolt Studio, so don't get your hopes up too much. Yeah, so basically what I think is with that, with Judy going on, Albert going on, Ricardo going on Albert's, was that he was massively looking for alignment against me. Massively. Like, he's just desperate. Like, he'd been told not to talk about me anymore. So that, I remember that stream, a tiny bit of it I saw. Like he says, it's Meltdown 24/7, no mate, a few minutes in the morning. And then if you're lucky, I might do a stream in the morning. Yeah, and that's it. It's a few minutes. It's like 5-10 minutes in the morning, and it's all day. It's been the school holidays, like Meltdown all week. He's the one again projecting, absolutely projecting. So he's like going around scouting around places to do his shit, while I'm supposedly having the meltdown. So he goes over to Albert. Albert tells him to fuck off, pretty much. And so what does he do then? He's like kissing up to Cyan then, isn't he? He's got his opportunity then. It's his backup, isn't it? It's his backup for if Albert didn't work out, then he's got Cyan. because he's that slimy. He's just that slimy. Judy is possibly Cyan, which explains why Judy started to attack me. So yeah, also, so Judy stroke Cyan stroke Snake Community Exposed stroke Relic Game Smellick, sorry, stroke Cheesy Chester, and a few others that I can't even fucking remember anymore. But like, you can smell them coming a mile off, or I can, because this person has been targeting me for a very, very long time. Like, I'm talking a long time. Like, probably since the war, possibly since the war. So at first they were playing me, like they probably play a lot of people. So a bit like Volt, but a really nasty, nasty one. Really nasty. Like Volt's just, you know, he might slag you off or whatever, but he'll just, you know, he's a nice person. I like Volt. I think Volt's nice, right? I know I'll get shit for that, but I think Volt's nice, right? So, but Cyan's nasty. So they're both like, not Cyan, sorry, Cyan, I don't even know yet. I thought you were Nelda, right? And if you are Nelda, then you're a fucking wanker, right? But like, I thought Cyan was Nelda for the longest time. And that's why loads of my videos have got Cyan in them and shit like that, because it was against Nelda. Because Nelda is an absolute piece of shit and has been attacking me for a right long time, right? But it's been like so surreptitious. Like, people would say I was paranoid, but I'm not. I was like, a paranoid person would stop going round there, or would cry about it, or would make a massive, like, go off like Ricardo about it, make loads of lies up about it. No, I just sat there and watched it. I just watched it. And I started to accept, and I started to be all right with them. And then as I was like accepting of it, they went under the radar then, but they, every time they had a chance, they would. And it was pretty obvious, right? And they were sat there gathering their intel and everything like that to turn when they wanted to. And I don't think they've got any real side. I think they just want to watch the world burn, which I can appreciate. But they're really nasty. They are a really nasty piece of work. And they've really got it in for me for some reason. And I think that's why it might be Cyan. But they are a little psycho. They're a little psycho, that one. I can smell it. And so, yeah, it's just been these little jabs at the side. Really. I've met someone in real life who's a bit like that before. Just not even a shark, just like a fucking, I don't know, a sandworm or something that just comes out every now and again and just takes a bite and then runs off again. And everyone either chooses not to see it or they don't see it. But everybody else remembered that being Nelda, right? When that first happened, everybody knew that was Nelda. Everybody knew Judy was Nelda. We were calling it interchangeably between Nelda and Judy. And then people chose. This is why this is a very interesting one, because I remembered it. But people chose to believe the lie because it was easier. And they physically and overtly chose to believe that lie, knowing that it was Nelda, because when it first came back, that account, it was after Nelda had like done loads of shit and massive fucking Darius supporter, loads of shit against Evil when he didn't need it and stuff. So he was out on his fucking ear. But they knew that was Nelda, but they were like, all right, you know, because we know what everyone's like. Like with me with Volp, when I fell out with him, I banned one of his accounts, but not his other one. So it was like that. But he has then spent all that time working on that character, but he has never let go of his fucking hatred for me. And that's how I know, and that's how I still remembered. Because then, that night at Evil's, when Ricardo had whipped everyone up into a frenzy and they were attacking me, and everyone jumped on me that night with an Heavy Metal Gamer, fucking Nelda showed herself. Nelda showed himself big time. And ever since, I've not let go of him. I've got the bugger by the toe and I will not let go of him because he just wants to slide off and pretend, and it ain't going to happen. So I don't know if it is Cyan or not, but I think it's pretty likely to be Snake Community Exposed, I'd say. Because I do remember that being part of it. I could be wrong though on that, but I do think it probably is. So, what Jolt Studios was asking was what you asked about Hayat. Cyan's in Ricardo's chat, could be. Like I say, they're all coming over one by one. They're all coming over one by one to the changing table. The only video I ever got taken down was about Ricardo. I did mention Cyan once. I wonder if Ricardo listened to it, told Cyan took it down, maybe. Well, who's to say that Nelda hasn't got that same thing about them as well? We just don't know. Because that was the thing with Snake Community Exposed. Unless Snake Community Exposed was fucking Cyan as well. Could be. Oh man. Yeah, that video. Fucking hell, I love that video. Need to bleep out Cyan and re-upload it. That was fucking absolute legend of a video. Nelda doesn't like Ricardo? Really? Really? There could be, yeah. There could be. I think there was a fake Nelda. I think it might have been Murray who was a fake Nelda. I think the Nelda that chats in Keith's chat doesn't like Ricardo. Even says, yeah, I know, but I think they say all sorts of shit. They say all sorts of shit. You should have seen them. Like it was like the stream afterwards because these people obviously, I'm week-long meltdown. Do you know what I mean? I'm on a completely different time zone. I don't think they realise how much detachment that brings and how much effort it takes to actually be part of this. There's no just turning it on and being obsessed for me. It doesn't happen like that. I get up at like 4 in the morning and if it's on, it's on. If not, I'll make something. In the day I might do something with my mates. I might do a bit of my AI music in the day. That's what I'll be doing because I like doing the art. But like it's a very, very different matter when everything's at the other end of the scale for your time zone. It really is, and they're really not taking that into account. And that'll be my strength as well, because I think they're triggering me with this shit. And it's like, no, mate, this is my wake and bake in the morning. This is what I do. Like what I used to do when it was Darius. I used to do my washing up. I used to listen to Darius, and now I don't do my washing up. I've got a dishwasher and I play Fiber Twig. That's it. Exactly. Cyan did troll Darius hard with that level 1 exactly. And he's done all sorts of stuff and they all just circle around. It's just, yes, I know that, but I know that Image Comics man. Anyone can be anyone. But there's ways to see through it, and that's part of the challenge, I think, for me. It's like watching a fish pond. I don't know, and it's like you can just tell, or you think you can. And that's part of the challenge, definitely. It's like the entertainment. That's the chewing gum for me. It's like trying to work out who Cyan is. But yeah, for the longest time, I thought all that shit was Cyan. And I got loads of shit for it. I think everyone's Cyan. I don't know. There's something going on with Cyan because he was like, on the one video I saw that someone sent me a clip of, he was like, oh, I don't know who CP is. I've never heard of him in my life. And you're like, I doubt that very much. So you're just lying there. So why is that? So that was enough. Especially since I had interaction. Oh yeah, right. So I've not actually re-listened to this. Oh, so I've got some notes as well. So what have I got here? I'm experienced at it. Although Ricardo is better at scheming than Dean, Dean is better at implementing it. What would you say to that? I would say that. And also, when it comes to Ricardo, Simpsons did it. With most of the stuff he's doing, it is all the Simpsons did it. He's so obsessed with evil that he's going to show his arse. He's waited his time twice. He called a truce twice. He couldn't handle it because it's a lie in the end. He wanted to make me the bad guy, but he went in before he had a chance to make me into the bad guy. That's how desperate he is. But that's a classic move, to try and be the better person. But he's just lost it. He's just thrown all caution to the wind. Because I'm not even bothered about being the better person. I'm just a person. You see, that's where the difference is. I'm not obsessed with anybody. I'm just being a person in a situation, using this situation to react upon it and to acknowledge it. Because the universe, we are just the universe's way of knowing itself. We're just part of the fractal. See, where Ricardo gets in with his ego and his little voice and his little lizard tongue. Yeah, you can just tell. You can just tell. You can just tell. Not all the time, and I'm often wrong. You really can't, but like, that's the point, isn't it? It's like, you can't tell and you can tell. It's a bit like cloud busting or whatever. Maybe it was you who made that cloud disappear, maybe not. Like, you know, you'll never know. You'll never know. But that's kind of like a Zen activity. I think Cyan's mentally ill. Possibly, yeah. I think most people are. think most people are around here, especially after lockdown. It's the Tortured Souls Club, isn't it, around here? Like, you wouldn't be here if you didn't have some sort of tortured soul at some level. You'd be in happy, clappy, happy birthday YouTube land. Because I think, as well, it's like, that's not a bad thing to have a tortured soul as well. It just gives you depth. Fucking hell, like, no one's entitled to a perfect, pain-free existence, are they? So he's obviously autistic. I don't know about that. I don't know anything about him. Crying for hours about countless assaults. Oh, here he comes again. See, here he is. Here he is. So are you Cyan or Nelda or SCE then? Are you going to let us know? Or you're probably never going to tell us, are you? Because you're just so much of a fucking pussy. Crying for weeks. No, I'm just not letting you go, mate. I'm just not letting you get away with your bullshit. That's all. And you don't like it, so it makes me want to do it even more, you see. It really does make you cry, and that's so funny. And you're like, I hate you! In my comments that time. That was fucking absolute gold. Absolute gold. I don't care if you hate me, just to let you know. I'll let you get a few comments off and I'll respond in a minute. Because unlike all these idiots who, like, as soon as anything happens, they start crying and going, oh, look, you're putting too many comments on my chat. Oh, dear, no drama. You're like, well, don't fucking ask for them. I don't fucking start the conversation then, you idiot. I'm from the legacy of Rick days, mate, as much as Ricardo would like to have you believe otherwise. And the legacy of Rick is about the comments and about talking to people and not about shutting people down and about standing behind your words and about having evidence and about having critical thinking and about not taking the easy route and about lots and lots and lots of things and about being opinionated and about not necessarily agreeing with each other and about not crying and about having different opinions for different, like, very, very different ways of being. Like, you know, some people might class someone as a doxer or something, whereas it's not automatic. Whereas a lot of YouTube, it's like as soon as someone has that slur chucked at them, that's it. You know, that's it. You're just that. Or like it used to be with us, like the snakes. It's the snakes. But no, like from Rick's, I learned about how it's not like that. I know everyone's different, and you've got like really intelligent people who have very, very varied points of view. And that is a beautiful thing, right? And that, I'm not just saying that, it really is, that benefits everybody. It really is. Like, there's nothing altruistic or like beautiful or me being like beatific about that. That is like just pure self-preservation. That shit is fucking gold. You learn a lot from that shit. And if you can just get past that childish need to control your environment so that no one could ever tell you that you're wrong, then you fucking golden, mate. Especially around here, because people will challenge you. And that's why I'm friends with a lot of people who people just weren't having any time for, because I didn't mind being challenged, and I've spent my time here being challenged by good people, being challenged by psychopaths. So please play your best game, mate. Oh, here we are. Did you take your meds? So it is this guy, because this is one of his loops. So this, I wonder if this is something that someone tells you to do, because he is like, there's a bit of echolalia going on with you, mate. You really do. Keep crying about random alts, thanks for the laughs. Don't worry about it, thank you for the laughs. You got right up under the nose. I've told you this. But like, you really have got him. Where are all of my mates? It doesn't matter, does it? I don't need them. You can do what you want. You can play with people how you want, but in the end of the day, you've got to walk that lonesome valley on your own, mate. And I will, you know, when you die, they have got no fucking bedtime story written for you, and you have to write your own. So my friends can come and go, and time and space has no issue on friendship. And you and your little schemes, it just have no effect on any of that. All you're doing is showing yourself. Nobody's abandoned me for Ricardo. I've no idea. Is he streaming? It doesn't matter. It's not. It's just the way it's the fucking journey that we're on. Whatever happened, happened, and if that's what's happened, then it makes absolutely no difference. I've just said to you, I'm a very experienced person now after a year because you have been tempering me with your bullshit, and you're just one of many variations of it. So all you've done is added to my strength. So carry on, because all you're doing is showing your weaknesses and your fears and your hopes. Yeah? You're concerned for my mental health, okay. Well, again, is that something that someone tells you? Because it's not something that I brought up for you, is it? You know, even though there is definitely something going on with you, isn't there? You know, you've got multiple, not just multiple accounts, multiple personalities in those accounts. This art was mean to me. No, it's just no. Have I gone, wow, this art was mean to me? Or have I said, look at the state of this person. Look at this person who's up your arse, controlling everything. And I pointed it out and I got inside your little scheme and you didn't like it. So actually you're more like, wow, CP's crazy because she can see me for what I am. Yeah, that's actually what's happening. Oh, crying for countless hours about pointless things. What, like you're doing now? Well, ask Ricardo and Evil. They've got a little 5-minute video they can show you about that if you want. So are you Cyan then, or what? Are you going to tell us? Because actually this is Cyan's randomly and coincidentally, this is Cyan's opponent on Fibertwig, don't you know? She's got some lovely leather boots. Beautiful leather boots. I wouldn't be surprised if you are Cyan because of the whole like multiple personality thing. That would go with, which I'm not saying you've got actual multiple personality, but you do have them online, don't you? You have multiple personalities. Why do you think everyone's... Oh, do I think everyone's out to get me? No, I know that in this particular instance, there is someone who is very, very desperate and very, very feeling very, very attacked. And they have had a campaign against me for a long time. And they have used my friends against me for a long time. That's all I know. I'm not thinking anything. See, if you're wanting pie in the sky Minority Report shit, go and see Ricardo. That's his speciality. But again, you're going to get tired of it, aren't you? It gets boring because he has only got so much of that. That's the problem with it, and he knows that. That's why he's hanging around Evil, because he knows he needs a symbiosis. He needs fresh meat for his shit because it's just old. His stuff's like a death cult, you know what I mean? It's just the same old death shit. Narrowing Hall of Mirrors, which are just going smaller and smaller and smaller into infinity until just this one point, which is Ricardo, which is what Dorshin got to with him, you see. He'll just go down and down and down and down until he gets to that point. And then he doesn't want to be there. He wants to get back out again and he wants to socialise again. He wants to enliven himself again. But that comes at a cost and a risk because people reject him because of his fucking crazy ass ways of needing to control people. And also people challenge him and he sees it as a challenge or people turning against him when they're not really. So it just, he finds it hard because he goes back into this narrowing behavior. And because of various situations, timings, whatever in life, people come in and go in, you know, they get opportunities or they don't get opportunities, and this time he had an opportunity and he went for it and he's really going for it. Really is. But you see, the difference is that I'm not, in the past, I was fighting for the space, I was fighting for the area. The area is secure. Yeah, the area is secure now. My fight is over on that score. So, like, when you were saying I had an obsession, no, I was white blood selling this area because I actually thought it had worth and it needed to be preserved against the homogeny of e-begging fuckers like Dean TV, who were just here to make cheap drama, which is what Ricardo is doing. He's just here to make cheap drama. Oh, for fuck's sake, Fibertwig. Oh. Get Ricardo to delete his channels. What's main game with Ricardo? I thought about this. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna. I don't know what to do with him. I tried to shut him down. I can't. He's like a tick. He keeps coming back. I think all I can do is have a laugh with it, have a laugh about it, because I can't laugh with him. I can just laugh at him, I think, because he is an absolute perler of an example. And as long as he keeps going in on me, I'm going to go in on him. Not going on him, I'm just going to analyse him, but in a way that hopefully, you know, he will just have to make stuff up about me and make even more stuff up about me. Well, yeah, I'm a gamer. I'm a gaming elder. I'm in real life here, love. See, I can do it with, that's the use of my time. That's the games I play. And so I think with him, I'm just going to test myself with Ricardo, I think. It's like a dojo, this place. So I think I'm going to test myself with my understanding of people. I'm going to test my understanding of my friends with this whole Ricardo situation and expectations and human nature and judgments and blame and all of that. It's going to really challenge that, and hopefully it'll make me a better person, a stronger person, and a better friend out of it. And I'd be more than happy to have a debrief with my friends about this later. And so that's one of the aims of it. The other aim is to see if I can just shut him up, put him back in where he was. I mean, at first I wanted him to just see what I was saying, understand where I was coming from a little bit, and, you know, we both grow together a little bit. I think that's beyond that. I think it's beyond that with him. So there's seeing how he manipulates people, and learning about how he does what he does as well, even though it's very crude. Laughing at when it all fails, because that's always funny. His voice and how because he's very, he's very dramatic in how he exhibits it all. You know, it's really obvious. It's quite entertaining to watch this flappiness with him. I don't wish any ill on Ricardo. It's just he's trying to bury me with lies, and I'm not going to bury him with lies. I'm just gonna take what I can from it and learn about humans and take that with me, because it's like the fucking, what's his name, Ramirez says, it doesn't weigh anything. Knowledge doesn't weigh anything. You can just take it with you. You know, this stuff I've learned, honestly, mate, I've learned so much this year about the art of war and shit, to name a few things. The art of war, the art of love. God, so much. And that this place is a dojo. And fucking Ricardo is just one of those fucking dummies that you just... I mean, just the fact that he got so fucked off by... I've forgotten now. It's gone out of my head. But yeah, I'm focusing on the Twigs, but I will be back in a minute. But yeah, he's just so, you know, his whole strategy is a whole problem with me. He's not even got an excuse for it. He's got no excuse. He just thinks, again, he assumed the position. He thinks if he keeps on long enough about it, he does enough streams about it. And he's probably right as well. He does enough streams about it that it will happen, even though it's complete falsehoods from start to finish, including the big lie that he did on Dorshin and Evil and Red Bull. You know, that was and he admitted it. But this is another interesting thing I intend to learn about, is that sort of stuff, because that is getting into like Pavlov's dogs territory of bullshit. You know what I mean? That's getting into conditioning people, hypnosis, entrainment. There's so much going on here. We've got cult mentalities. We've got the Little Prince. We've got just every aspect of human nature in a microcosm. We've got the fucking powers that be doing this shit as a psyop on a bigger scale. So for God's sake, if this wasn't a time to be educated in the ways of the lizard people, I don't know what was. So yeah, man, this is like a very good use of my time. Definitely. I mean, honestly, do you know? Have you guys been living under a rock? Not you guys who are here. Also, can't I know you've not been. Ricardo's admitted to lying all the time in Albert's stream yesterday. Exactly. Yeah, he's just like, oh, can't you tell it's just a joke? Well, fair enough. Can't you tell that this is just a joke? But it's not, is it? Because when you listen to his voice, but his lies are like horrible vitriol. He's like, they're saying, oh, and he's tried to break up a friendship group as a result, which people have forgotten. But that's just, again, it's it's just interesting to me. See, I'm friends with these people because I'm friends with these people. Like, there was no expectation. You know, there wasn't one bit because we all kind of had a different precedent where we were, I mean, it was all this don't go against the family stuff and all that. And that got ironed out, but that was a bit confusing, I must say. But that all got ironed out. And in the end, it was a very clear communication of there's no expectations on anybody. And so that is going to be our strength all the way through. You know, things will happen and things will change where it's like, well, obviously, you know, if you thought of anyone being supportive in any way, then that will be changed, won't it? You know what I mean? Because obviously that's not a thing. But like, it's not a fucking sub for sub round here. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. It's not GJC's house round here. What do you want? What do you expect? Oh, fuck. Yeah, he's just a liar. He's just a liar, so I'm just going to laugh at him. What time is it? Oh, shit, it's 6:15. I was going to come off at 6. Right, well, anyway, I put a bit of it to bed. I haven't watched any of that fucking stream. I haven't got to any of the bit where he's fucking saying anything about me. I will save it. I'll keep going at it because it's a classic example. I've got to 1 hour and 22 where we just started on me. It's the Twigs. Blame the Twigs. The Twigs took my attention away. But again, like I say, I really couldn't give two shits about him. You know, I'm interested in the role that he plays. I am interested in him as a like a little lizard man. But like, he really does think that he thinks I've been bitching about him and all this shit. And I suppose you could class this as bitching about him. But he'd be making shit up about me anyway. You know, if I say the fucking weather's nice or whatever, he'd make some shit up. Because he's the paranoid one around here. He's the one with 3 streams a day. You know what I mean? Not I. I'm doing a bit of fiber twig every now and again. I'm making a song about fucking centaurs, which I actually finished the centaur yesterday. Now I've got to make a song about this fucker. About fucking Nelda. About fucking Cyan. I might change who this is. I don't want fucking Nelda is having a song made about them. Not on my Fiber Twig album. Right. Well, enjoy that one then. Enjoy that one. Well, I'm not bothered because there was never a second in command. So again, that's just a faker rate and for the show. And you're showing your fucking ignorance again, Nelda, with your fucking ignorance butter on your Judas corn. Right, so thank you for coming. And thank you for bringing out another one of your alts, Nelda, to just show how important you do find this stream. And I'll leave you up because, again, it's another example of a little bit of a psychopathic flying monkey going on there. We've got Altacount. Nice to see you, Altacount. I promise I'll do a bit more on the actual stream next time when I get chance. I'll not get chance for a bit now. It'll probably be the crunch when I'm next streaming because I've got to go away. I've got to go out overnight. I'm staying away overnight. So there's that. Best in the West. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for coming. What else have I got? Image Comics Man. Nice to meet you. Oh, no, I met you the other day. Thank you for coming. Jolt Studios, always a pleasure to see you. And Meow Meow, same to you as well. Nice to see you. And I believe, Ron came over as well. Nice to see you, Ron. And Benny Bojangles. Is that Bojangles from back in the day? Oh, right. So if you are Bojangles from back in the day, you might appreciate this. You might appreciate this. Just before I go, let me just play you this. Right. Right, so where did CP come from? CP just turned up. She's talking shit, making shit up. Okay, right. Okay, I'm not the one making shit up, mate. Anyone can see your lies for what they are, for a start. So, where is it? Where did I put it? Okay, right. So, let me just turn that down. We'll get this on. Why is it not working? Sorry, excuse me a second, chaps. I should have got this sorted out, really. But it wasn't. Right, there's that. There's that. Doesn't let you do the Well, that's bloody annoying. Yes, here it is.
Of the Dragon Ball cast, but it just feels so weird. Like, seriously? 17? 17. Okay. And the power scaling is just, it doesn't make any sense.
Going back a bit.
And the gold medal comes to us from CPE 1704, TKS. No regulation means ripe for opportunists to profit from others' vulnerabilities. An easy play for the right fagin mentality, but here's the other side. There's also no protection for either party, leaving the business owner ripe for the attention of people who may have an obsessive disposition. This is not an ideal for the other. This is not ideal for the other person who is obsessing either, as the lines are blurred. So in many instances, they wouldn't be able to stop even if they wanted to. This is why when working with people with differing needs, it is essential to protect yourself and them by adhering to legislation put there over the years of tweaking and campaigning. In addition, the usage of personal safety measures such as not giving personal information out, also being clear with the people that you work with, not giving them false hopes and friendship, etc., in the hope of some personal gain, i.e. influence, validation,
I would argue that this place is full of that shit. It's just narcissistic supply and their pathetic little fucking jostling for position. Ricardo's need to make himself feel better about something what maybe happened in his life. It's the same shit. There's still no regulation on these fuckers. And how long ago was this? 3 years ago. I think it feels longer than that. I don't even know what month it was or whatever. But yes.
This is working with Autism 101. If, like this, Rob, Silent Rob, etc., state that he is offering an entertainment service for money, then he is effectively entering into some sort of professional relationship with strangers, and he has no idea what their brains are like. This Rob mentioned that the interaction with hidden gems went on for a while, then the miserable manipulator turns and takes the piss out of the guy. This is sickening behavior, and if you worked in any capacity with disabled people, or, you know, at least in the UK, you would be prevented from working in that field again. On top of that, the guy then bemoans his lot at the hands of his obsessive fan that he knowingly courted and provided personal information to on an unregulated, unprotected business service for tax-free money. This is what happens when you accidentally grow up and try to take advantage of the grown-up world without following the rules that are there to protect you all. Absolutely sickening behavior. Cry me a freaking river. The cash cow wasn't the flavor that Rob wanted, so him and his cronies publicly humiliate him. I hope for the sake of his soul that he realizes the shame in what he did there. Not the flavor. The cash cow didn't have the flavor of milk that you wanted, right?
Ricardo, I don't have the flavor milk you want, do I?
You know, there are situations and instances to where, and I've seen it on YouTube, people get really obsessive over you.
Flavor of milk, don't you?
I've had a few issues
the
also.
Salty flavor.
I've had people make fake Twitter accounts.
Apple flavored.
The thing is, I never once took money from people that come here. Because the thing is, when you start taking money, and you're a YouTuber, and you start taking money from people, you don't know what their brains are like. You don't know what their minds are like.
We don't.
And
These
in this
people
situation
are crazy
with Rob,
around here.
he took money, knowingly or unknowingly. All right? Knowingly or unknowingly.
Yep.
I've heard different things from people. He took donations from a 14-year-old, right? Not even like a 14-year-old with a regular mind, but this person,
Ricardo, let's be right, used to be
issues,
in the
right?
PSG
They have
used
some
to
issues.
take advantage of the short bus.
So many
And
things
when
can
he
come up,
first
many
came over to
problems
the
can
Herbies,
arise, and there was an
all he
issue
did was trade
which I'm a
on
little
the short
foggy
bus.
on, a little fuzzy on. It's been 4 months ago,
That's all he did.
where this person actually alerted the authorities for some reason. And there's no instance where anyone should alert the authorities and get the authorities involved over, you know, a YouTuber in that situation that I guess wasn't talking to you, or it was not a valid reason. But if the authorities in this case are evil, and the person who's not talking to you is me telling you I couldn't give two shits about you over the course of the last couple of days, and not even being on YouTube, yeah, then that's also transposed. But there you go. There's a little bit of golden nuggets of information for you. And thank you everyone for coming. Here are the Twigs. Cyan bested me today in the Twigs, but not in the chat. And I'll see you later.